Forget the Hollywood version of the Wild West, the one with heroic gunslingers, dramatic duels, and sweeping landscapes. The real frontier was far more brutal, a place where survival was never guaranteed. If you think you could handle it, think again. The 1870s American frontier was a world of backbreaking labor, disease, violence, and isolation. Let's peel back the myth and see what life was really like. A day in the life survival wasn't guaranteed. You wake up in a cramped, drafty cabin. The air reeks of sweat, animal waste, and smoke. Bathing, a rare luxury. Water was precious, reserved for drinking and cooking, not cleanliness. Your muscles ache from yesterday's labor, whether it was plowing fields, mining, or tending livestock. There were no weekends, no breaks. Work was dawn to dusk, every single day. Your clothes are rough, scratchy, and rarely washed. Breakfast? Beans, hardtack, and bitter coffee, boiled to death and sometimes laced with eggshells to cut the bitterness. Fresh food was scarce, leading to scurvy and other deficiencies. Stepping outside, you shake out your boots. Scorpions and snakes were constant threats. The dangers of frontier towns. If you headed into town, you'd find muddy streets filled with horse manure and waste. Saloons weren't the lively, music-filled places from movies. They were grimy, violent holes where raw, adulterated liquor could blind you. Gunfights weren't honorable duels. They were drunken brawls that ended in bloodshed. Law enforcement was sparse. Sheriffs covered vast territories, and justice was often swift and brutal. Horse thieves were hanged without trial. Doctors? Many had no formal training. A simple infection could kill you, and surgery was performed with whiskey as the only anesthetic. Travel, a deadly gamble. Leaving town? Good luck. Roads were dirt tracks that turned to mud or dust. Wagons had no suspension. Every bump rattled your bones. Rivers could drown you, storms could freeze or bake you, and outlaws saw travelers as easy prey. The Oregon Trail was lined with graves. 1 in 10 pioneers didn't make it. Cholera, dysentery, and accidents killed thousands. The myth versus reality of cowboys and outlaws. Cowboys weren't the rugged individualists of legend. Many were young, poorly paid laborers, some black, Mexican, or Native American, facing discrimination despite their skills. Ranching meant 20-hour days, stampedes, and predators. And outlaws? More like desperate men, not romantic rebels. Native Americans weren't the savage villains of dime novels. Many tribes tried to coexist, but broken treaties and forced relocations led to resistance. The U.S. government's policies were often genocidal, wiping out buffalo herds to starve tribes into submission. Women on the frontier, strength without glory. Frontier women worked just as hard as men, cooking, farming, raising children, and defending homes. Many became widows young and had to manage alone. Prostitutes, though later romanticized, lived harsh lives with little escape. Why you wouldn't last a day? Between disease, violence, starvation, and the elements, life expectancy was barely 35. There were no safety nets, just hard work and luck. The Wild West wasn't about freedom, it was about endurance. The legacy of the frontier. The real West wasn't a morality tale. It was messy, brutal, and complex. The myths ignore the exploitation, environmental destruction, and suffering, but they also overshadow the resilience of those who lived it. So next time you watch a Western, remember, the truth was far darker and far more fascinating